I often hear from leaders that they're either doing one-on-ones and they're not getting a whole lot out of them, or they've really just decided they're not doing them at all, that it hasn't really given them or their team member much benefit or value. And that's where I call a big time out. And I say, well, wait a minute, my one-on-ones as a leader are the most important touch point in communication. I want to give you a quick tip on how you can make better one-on-one experiences. And I've got a worksheet and a method, and I call it P, B, and J. And the idea is that you're going to get some perspective, you're going to ask for better ways, and you're going to talk a little bit about joy. And so maybe you have a form that you follow because the organization requires it. Maybe you have a form that you follow because the organization was like, here, this would be helpful. But the idea is, even if you're using that form, and I've got this worksheet on my website, that you're asking them questions in relationship to getting perspective. So you want to get a sense of what's their thought on this? Where do you think we're going wrong? What do you think we should watch out for? It's this idea of allowing them to feel seen and heard. And I usually try to be as targeted as I can. Hey, so-and-so, we're talking about this particular project. I wanted to get some perspective from you. Could you answer these 3 things? Getting perspective on how they're really thinking about something or what they see as maybe a problem or a barrier is key. The second one is, do they have any ideas for better ways of doing things? I remember I had an employee that was like, oh yeah, that's always broken. And I was like, well, how do we fix it? And they had the solution in hand, almost as if it was like in their pocket. And I was sitting there thinking, A, I didn't know it was broken. And B, thank you for that idea. And if you ask that question over and over, the first few times they're gonna be like, I don't know. But keep asking, because the minute that they come up with a better way of doing something, you know that you have won. The last one is really around this idea of, are they having any joy? Joy is a really great indicator of performance. If they're having a tough time in their personal life or they're not enjoying their work, you're gonna see it kind of ripple effect into their performance. So I spend a little bit of time, and it can be at the beginning if you like to do it in the small talk section of your one-on-one, but I always like to make sure I understand, are they having some joy personally or professionally? If you can incorporate perspective, better ways, and joy into your one-on-ones, you will start to see results.